Kailey, what lives in here?
A chinchilla.
A what?
A chinchilla.
A
Chinchilla.
What in the world is that?
I'm gonna show you today.
Howdy, and welcome to the Bar SC Ranch, where you will experience our journey of running a family business, caring for animals, and doing life together. Subscribe now and be inspired here at the Bar SC.
Hey guys, so we're hanging out here today with two of our small barn animal little friends. We've got Geralt the hamster
And Murphy the chinchilla.
and these guys are some of the best little pets that we have here around at the ranch. I know most of our animals are very large and a little more ranchy seeming. You know, you might not think a hamster when you think of a ranch, but these two have absolutely become a part of the Bar SC family.
So Kailey, will you tell us a little bit about chinchillas? Like, what the heck is that?
Chinchillas are part of the rodent family, and they're actually really closely related to guinea pigs.
What?
Sounds pretty funny. They don't look much alike, but their fur is really, really dense, and they can have up to 80 hairs per follicle,
Whoa.
which is a lot. People only have 1 hair per follicle.
Whoa.
And you can see Murphy's shedding right now.
Oh my goodness.
They shed about every 3 months, once every 3 months. So you can tell he's shedding right now.
Why do they have so much hair? Does it have something to do with where they live?
It does. So chinchillas mainly live in South America, and they live in the mountains, and it gets really cold.
It is neither cold nor South America nor mountains here.
Yeah, so they have a lot. They need that really thick coat to keep them warm, and so it's cold during the night and it's warm during the day. So they'll actually dig burrows to keep them cool throughout the day, because the sand or the dirt underneath the ground is a lot cooler than up at the surface. And they dig their own holes, which I thought was really interesting, because chinchilla's nails aren't like normal nails. They have almost like human fingernails. They're very small and they aren't very long, and so they don't seem ideal for digging, but yet they dig. So that really surprised me. And then they like to climb a lot.
I see that.
You can see Murphy jumped on my shoulder. He feels most comfortable sitting on your shoulder.
Aw. So do you like walk around with him on your shoulder?
I do,
Aw.
yes. And until he starts nibbling on my ear.
What?
I have to set him down.
Are chinchillas' main diet ears?
No. I wish. No, I don't wish. I wish they didn't like ears.
It's also eating your chair.
Oh dear.
Okay, Murphy, down you come.
What do chinchillas usually eat?
They eat a lot of plants. So here in captivity, we feed them mainly pellets. They do get veggies regularly. What you really want to make sure is that their diet isn't changed often. They need a consistent diet. And so we feed our chinchillas pellets and a free feeding of hay. So we give them grass hay, and we free feed them that, so they get as much as much hay as they'd like. And the vegetables we don't give as often. Chinchillas, the vegetables aren't as big it's not a big part of their diet like rabbits or even guinea pigs. Vegetables are a large part of their diet. Chinchillas, you definitely do want to give them a couple of vegetables a day, but it's not a huge part of their diet. You don't want to only feed them vegetables. They really need that protein and other nutrients from their pellets.
Probably because of all of the hair.
He's really shedding.
Geralt is not nearly as fuzzy. In fact, I think I can see his skin if I pull it back just a little bit. He's not balding.
I'm glad to hear that. I was concerned about the balding hamster. He's not old enough for that yet.
No, he's only middle age. No,
How old is Murphy?
Where are you going, buddy?
They want to say hi.
Geralt will get eaten.
I thought that Murphy doesn't eat hamsters.
Murphy doesn't eat meat.
Okay, he'll get attacked.
How old is Murphy?
Murphy's a vegetarian. How old's Murphy?
Yeah.
Murphy, we're not actually sure exactly how old he is. We think he's pretty young. When we first got him, we rescued him from the SPCA from Monterey County, and we're really not sure. He was my first chinchilla I've ever had, and one of my friends came over to see him, and they said that he was a lot smaller than their chinchilla, which means he was probably younger. So in that case, he'd be about 2 now. But, whoa, all the hair just went up into the barn. Okay, come here, Murphy.
Wow, that is very fun. He's very cute. So are all chinchillas that same kind of taupe color?
They are not. So there's actually a color, I don't know if it's called chinchilla in chinchillas, but there's a chinchilla color in rabbits, and that's the same color as normal chinchillas are. We could go in and show you marbles. Marbles is what most chinchillas look like, but now that...
Is Marbles another chinchilla?
Yes.
Oh, wow,
He
you have
lives
2 chinchillas.
right next to Murphy. He's not as friendly. He hasn't been around humans as much.
What she means is he pees on you from a distance. If you get within 2 feet of this chinchilla, he will projectile pee across the room and pee on you.
He
I feel like
also
that's
bites.
a skill.
So
You haven't been peed on yet, Grace.
Fair.
yeah.
But Geralt is using me like a treadmill. I move him and he runs back. And I move him and he runs back.
He's so funny.
Okay, sorry, so I interrupted. So the chinchilla color,
Oh yes, that's what a normal chinchilla color is. Now chinchillas are endangered in the wild, so people are starting to breed them more, and they're getting a lot more colors now. And so this is one of the colors. I actually don't know what color it's called, but I only know the chinchilla color.
taupe. I think it's called taupe.
We could call it taupe.
And it looks like he has one red eye.
He does. So we don't know exactly what happened to his eye. He was like that when we got him, but one's a lot cloudier than the other. And cloudiness in the eye usually means he could have had something poke him in the eye, or he could, I mean, what else do you think could have happened to him?
It's possible he was born like that, but with it
Yeah.
being only one eye,
It's
you would
not-
expect an eye trauma or an eye injury of some sort.
Yeah.
Chinchillas are not super prone to glaucoma and other things like that, but that can cause the same sorts of issues and the same sorts of damage. So considering he's a rescue, we really don't know. But it doesn't seem to, Geralt is moving so fast. It doesn't seem to bother him at all, so we're not concerned about it unless it does.
Sometimes in the beginning, at certain days, especially when it's brighter outside, he seems to not be able to see as well. We put him out in the X-Pen one time, and with all of his toys, and he didn't know where everything was, and he kept running into everything. So it was also really bright. He lives in a darker area, and so he was probably just blinded by the sun a little bit as well. But maybe that one eye he can't see out of. We're not exactly sure. That's our guess. So chinchillas, they take a bath every other day. They should have a bath every other day. And it's not like a bath you would think. It's not with water and soap. Chinchillas have a special dust that you have to give them, and they roll around in the dust to clean themselves. And the dust just gets rid of oils from their skin, and it helps keep the fur in top condition because their fur is so dense and so soft.
Same with chickens. Chickens also
They
dust bathe.
yeah. And then he really likes to dust bathe. I think one, because he loves getting cleaned, but he also loves the shape of his dust bath. It feels like a house to him, so I just gave him a new house. It's just a cardboard box, and I cut out a little hole for him to go walk into, and he loves that. Chinchillas love little places to hide and crawl in. And he's still shedding. And then chinchillas also really like to climb, so putting branches in their pen, I cut down a little bit of an apple sprig, and I put that in with him, and they love apple wood, wood from apple trees. Most wood, there's a lot of woods that are toxic to chinchillas, so you want to be careful of certain woods that you give them, but apple's good. I'm not sure any other wood, but apple is definitely good, and it's sweet because it's a fruit tree. So they really like that. And then I just have a little swing in his pen too that he really likes. That's one that he sits in all the time. I'm not exactly sure why he sits in it, but it looks like fun.
Well,
from the
chinchillas
outside.
are normally found they're not like a ground squirrel, they're more like a tree squirrel, if you're gonna think about something that we also have in America. So being up high and climbing on things makes them feel comfortable. Even just the design of his cage, the fact that it goes upward, so rather than giving him a lot of square feet out to the side, his cage allows him to have square footage upward, vertical square footage, where he can climb up different little levels and climb up higher and higher or go down lower. Whatever you do to mimic the natural habitat of the animals that you're keeping in captivity, that's the best we can do. So like with rabbits, we wouldn't put them in a enclosure where they're having to climb up. That's not something rabbits naturally do. You don't find rabbits in trees.
Definitely
but you do find them all over the ground. So we like to give them a lot of square footage, I guess horizontally rather than vertically.
Yeah.
Actually, you've come back with a different animal.
Yes, Geralt got tired of me. You really can't, the really small guys, you can't handle for that long at one time. Chinchillas, they can do a little bit more, but even chinchillas and rabbits, you don't want to just hold them for hours. They will get tired of you. They do need their own time and their own space. We try and limit handling here down to whatever the animal's comfortable with. It depends on the individual. Some rabbits will cuddle with you all day long, and others, will give you 15 minutes and say, okay, I need my own space. So we try and respect that.
Are chinchillas, do they usually live together, or are they more solitary animals?
They do live together. We're really used to rabbits. I haven't found anything on two males being able to live together.
Typically you don't want to put two males of just about anything together.
I wouldn't think so. That's why
unless
we haven't.
they're neutered. The males fight.
So we keep them separate, but usually in the wild they live in colonies.
Ooh.
But they would fight in the wild. That's the difference. The
So
males
would-
fight, so we don't want to
much space.
encourage that.
So would, like, in the wild, would one male just be with a ton of females? That would be the colony?
I actually am not sure.
I'm not sure. Different animals do it different ways. Some, they have like groups of females, some rodents and cavies like chinchillas from the same family. Some will do things where a group of females always lives together and the males kind of travel around, and that gets you your genetic diversity. Some, you have one male to a group of females, and as the male's offspring grow up, they get kicked out and then go try and find another band. I'm not sure, Kylie. You're not sure either?
No,
what
I'm
goes on
not.
with cavies? We'll have to do some more research.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's still pretty cool.
But
I
like
know
with
that they live
ducks,
in really big colonies.
They do. Like with
Thousands.
ducks, you want to have one male to like at least 5 females.
Yeah.
And most species follow basically around those lines.
yeah.
Some will pair up. Some do like
Lots
a
of
one
birds.
male female pair. Yeah. Rabbits do not pair off. But the males will also fight. So we have a couple of neutered males here at the ranch with the rabbits, and that works out really well to decrease some of those hormones and prevent the fighting. But chinchillas, they're a little bit smaller, they're a little bit more exotic, less common. So to do a surgery to spay or neuter, you'd be asking a lot of your veterinarian. I'm sure there's some out there who do, but it just makes the procedure a little more risky. So before considering getting a chinchilla or really any other animal as a pet, it's important to do your research first and make sure that you can meet all the needs that that animal has. With chinchillas, as well as rabbits, you can find them at just about any pet store. I know even some of the really big chains have chinchillas. And they're really fun, really amazing pets, but they also live for quite a few years. How many years is that, Kylie?
Chinchillas can live up to 15 years.
15 years. So you have to know that for the next 15 years, you're going to be able to provide a home, and a good home for that chinchilla. It's not the same as like a hamster like we had Geralt out here. That's only 2 years, so that's a lot easier for some people. And I know that the hamster is not quite as exotic and fancy looking, but if that's a more feasible time frame for you, we would always suggest that you go for what you're going to be able to take care of long term. The chinchillas are also a little, since they are a little less common than some other pets, there's not as much information out there about them. It's not as easy to find a vet who knows how to treat chinchillas. So you want to make sure that you have a good relationship with a nearby vet that is an exotics vet. So some vets that take care of like dogs and cats will also take care of exotics, but you have to find that distinction. Not every vet will, and you want to make sure that you have a place to take them, you know, if gosh forbid your little chinchilla get hurt or need to see a vet. You also want to be able to provide them with the proper housing, so that doesn't just mean a really tiny area.
Yeah.
They're very active, and like Kailey will sit in there and watch Murphy for just hours, just running around all over the place in his enclosure. It's quite large, it gives him lots of space, but also taking him out and just carrying him on your shoulder and letting him interact with you and with other people is very important to their mental health. So you want to know that you have the time and the space and the resources to give your pet the life that, you know, that they deserve and that you deserve to live with them.
And if you want to get one for maybe a child, you want to make sure that you have an extra room maybe or something like that. Chinchillas are nocturnal, so they move a lot at night. If you really want a chinchilla in your room, you might not get as much sleep as you're hoping. So you want to be really careful about that as well.
Just like the hamsters, I think we've all had like a squeaky wheel in our room growing up. I know I did for sure, and I'd just be like, ah! Doesn't matter how cute they are, when they wake you up at 3 a.m., it's annoying.
Yeah.
Chex wants to go over and visit Murphy.
He does, he wants to leave. But you know what,
That
he's
one
way
doesn't brush
easier to
Murphy.
hold than Geralt.
I think that you should hold
hold.
marbles.
I should hold marbles? I would be absolutely coated in pee.
Mm.
Absolutely coated.
Well,
Thanks for hanging out with Ashley and I really hope you learned a bit about chinchillas.
If you enjoyed this video, we'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe and leave us comments about what you might like to see in future episodes. We'll see ya back on the ranch.